and not putting these dairy hormones that are not made for humans into my body. And I feel like that's like one of the number one things when women are going through menopause and are like, well, how did you? I'm like, you got to eliminate dairy first. Like that is number one. And of course, exercise is important in the whole thing, as we know, and muscle is 100% muscle necessary to help fight off a lot of these things as well. It was great. I was like, man, that was a breeze. Like, this is awesome. So I try to help women going through menopause, and I'm kind of focusing on that now. Where like, here, these are the things you should put into your diet, and these are the things you should be taking out. And it's really the opposite of what a lot of these women are doing. And I'm like, oh my gosh, they're so like, I hear so many people complaining about so many things, and I'm like, yeah, I didn't have any of those things happen. So you have all these plant-based foods that actually do that, and at the same time, it's stabilizing
sugar.
Thank you, blood sugar. Losing the word sugar. It's doing all these other things, and it's fighting cancer cells. It does all this stuff. You're holding your money back on yourself to spend on your kid. The biggest gift you can give your kid is to take care of yourself. And you're also going to teach your kid, two things. One is spend money on your health and yourself. It's okay to invest in yourself, and you should be. And two is they're going to watch you. They watch. They learn.
Jetson. Hi, say hi. Hi, buddy. Hello, hello. Yeah, so, but I think it's so good that we're actually here to have this kind of conversation or just like a conversation in general about anything vegan related. Soy,
Right.
we could talk about even like our ages, we'll talk about that. I'll be 31 this year, and you're in 50.
I'll be 54 this year.
54. Okay. All right. So cool. And look at those muscles. Like, those muscles are insane. So
Thank you.
but it's all plants. It's all plants.
It's all plant-based.
Right? So that's what I mean. So for like, I think it's important for us to really just talk about like the misconceptions and the myths that come up with, being vegan, and really what it means. I know we spoke about this when we had our podcast of like what vegan means versus like what people say with plant-based. And actually I explained it on one of my other podcasts because somebody was like, I thought they were the same thing.
Yeah.
And so I tend to tell people like plant-based is a way of eating. We spoke about this, and vegan is a lifestyle. Yes, it's also a way of eating, but vegan more so. I feel like you can go into it of what it actually means.
Yeah.
Since you've been it for 20 years?
Well, I've been vegan for probably like 15-ish.
Okay.
But I
Still a
was
while,
vegetarian before that for over 40 years. So, but I went completely vegan, dairy free, and all that stuff. About 15 years. I don't even know what the date or year it was. It's a long time ago.
It's just like, yeah.
Long time ago. Yeah. So the difference is, and it is, I get it a lot too, because people don't get it. And there's something else about veganism I want to touch on too with this whole thing. Plant-based literally is you're eating just plants. You've cut out meat and dairy, any animal products, eggs, all of that.
Yeah.
And but you still may wear leather. You may still use beauty products that contain or test on animals. Same thing with household products. A lot of the household products actually test on beagles. And as vegans, we're like, nope, we don't use anything that has harmed an animal, any animal. Rabbits and dogs are huge with the cosmetics.
Snake and yes.
Yeah. And household products, which people don't realize. They're like buying these air fresheners that poor beagles have been subject to smelling to see what effects it has on them. But as vegans, we do no leather, we do no animal products. Everything we have is cruelty free. So, and for me, what's interesting is I went into this whole thing, even when I was vegetarian because I love animals. I was just like, I
Yeah.
love all animals. I love my dog, of course, but I
Mm-hmm.
love all animals. And I feel all animals are equal. Um, I don't see a difference between a cow and a pig and a dog. So going vegan for me was about that. The great thing is that the side effects are awesome because, oh my gosh, I'm so healthy. I'm able to work out in the gym and have gains, muscle gains. And I just did a 50K about 2 months ago, and I got a PR. It's my first one in my 50s and out west.
Wow.
So,
Yeah.
and no
Amazing.
recovery. Like the next day I was hiking. So, um, those are the side effects of being vegan.
Yeah.
One of the other things I wanted to say real quick, vegan food, just for people who are not aware of this, an apple is actually a vegan food. It's not all of these processed burgers and
Yeah.
everybody thinks, oh, you just eat processed food all day long. I'm like literally before we came out, I'm like, oh, I want a little snack. So I had some pecans and raspberries.
Mm.
Everybody, that's vegan food. I know it's not processed food, but
Yeah.
so if you are eating like bananas and apples, you actually are eating some vegan food. So good.
Yeah.
So it's such a misconception that everyone thinks you have to go out into the processed food aisle of the
World.
grocery store and that's the only thing that vegans eat.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas it's just whole food, plant-based foods, which are vegan.
Yeah.
Um, Stuff that we were told as kids, like eat your fruits and vegetables, those are all vegan foods and we should be
Yeah.
eating them. So anyway, I kind of wanted to touch on that because when I was having that snack, I was like, it's so funny. Like a lot of people don't realize this is vegan food and it's just like pecans and raspberries. It's a great snack. It has all these
Yeah.
nutrients in it. I feel great that I ate that now. I'm like, okay, I'm full. Awesome.
Yeah. And people, I think the other thing is a lot of people are scared of the term vegan or they hear it and I don't know where it came from, but they're so like off put. And I don't know if it's like activist or whatnot, but people get they're like, oh, that's so extreme. I don't do things that are extreme, like extreme of cutting out or this or this. And it's like,
Right.
for me, as somebody who originally did not like, I went plant-based for the health reasons of it because I'm like, oh, there's the most research of this. And the
Right.
more and more I learned, and even talking to Emma, you probably remember Emma too, it's just like she talks about the compassion of it. She's like, it really allows you and your soul to reflect as like a compassionate person
Yeah.
when you're not part of any suffering or any of that. And I know people go with two different spectrums of it. If they're like, oh, this is it, or what we spoke about of like, oh, certain religions go down this
Yeah.
route or
Yeah.
not. And but then you also have like the Daniel fast. The Daniel fast is
Right.
100% plant-based.
Yes.
100% plant-based. And I actually have some clients who their church every 6 months, they do like, I think a 4 week, like a 3 or 4 week
Yes.
Daniel fast. And they do it
Yes.
because it's supposed to clean their bodies, help their bodies. And
Exactly.
it's one of those things to help, like, I don't know if it's purify the body is the best word, but I would say it's just like clear clear your body and help heal it and nurture it. And I think a lot of people are like, well, it's culture for me to eat this, or like I've met people who are like, well, it's part of my culture to have steak, it's part of my culture to have this. And I'm like, yeah, but I grew up Italian and things of that nature and Polish, and there's like there's Polish sausages that were like staple growing up, and that's something I don't have. You can replace it. So there's a lot of misconceptions about that, about just like what vegan is and why it scares some people and what, certain things mean. But and then the other thing I wanted to, I mean, you could touch on this, but the biggest thing that more and more I've been like so frustrated about, because even naturopaths have been like, stay away from soy, don't touch soy,
Oh,
soy's not good. So like,
I
that's
know.
something I really wanna, like, harp on, because the more and more people I talk to, they're like, "Yeah, but you really don't wanna have soy because it's
Yes,
processed." And I'm like, "What part of processed?" Because applesauce is processed, but it's a
that's right.
spectrum.
That's
It's a
right.
spectrum. It's processed, it's minimally processed, there's a in between, and then ultra
Of
processed,
course.
right, of, like, the spectrum, but, like, applesauce is processed.
Yeah.
Soy milk, if you blend up beans and stuff, That's processed.
technically
Like it's
processed,
there's
right?
so
It's
there's a processing has a spectrum. So let's talk about that.
it's so true. And even like people who drink dairy, it's like, well, you're not going underneath the cow and just milking the cow into your mouth. That's, I mean, if anything is ultra processed, it's milk that all these people are drinking and cheese and all of these things. It's all processed. But the benefits of soy, I mean, it just goes on and on and on. And um I'm not sure where it came from that people are like, oh, if you have this, you're gonna have this cancer from soy and this cancer. It actually fights all of these cancer cells, and it's like one of the best and healthiest things that you can eat. And it's so people I've had people say, oh my God, it's so gross. And I'm like, all right, well, you just haven't had it prepared right, because like it actually is absorbs anything that you sorry,
Mhm.
my dog is
It's
in the
okay.
background is
Yeah, it's
kicking
okay.
around. Sorry if that's annoying. Anyway, tofu absorbs anything you marinate it in. So it's like it can be anything you want. You can have a tofu scramble, you can make it into cheesecake. Like you can go from
Yeah.
one extreme to the next. You can make it's savory, and I do all kinds of stuff with it, and I'm like, "Oh my God, this stuff is so good." And by the way, my
Yeah.
dog likes it too. Speaking of my dog, so he and I have our tofu and cucumber moments where that's what we have for
Yeah.
snacks, and he's like, "Yes." But
Yeah.
it's just had this rap. I don't know, like, who started the rumors that it
Well,
was
I was saying, I feel like I sat in on a conference a long time ago it was a plant-based conference, and they said, because I've been to so many different seminars, and they had said something about the propaganda with dairy versus soy, of like soy being the first big competitor because it has protein, no saturated fat, no
right?
dietary cholesterol,
Mhm.
there's no or hormones in it. Like
Right, right.
it's so beneficial, and it's really just coming from a bean. Like that's what it
I
is.
know.
It has isoflavones in it, protective against cancer.
Right.
It has phytoestrogens,
Mhm.
where
Right.
you're looking at
Ex
dairy, which
exactly.
has those estrogens in it from the cow, because it was supposed to be for the baby cow. So it's like,
Yes.
I think there's just a lot of unknowns. But I would like talk let's talk about that, but also talk about menopause, like how it
That's right.
helps women for that.
I know, and it's so crazy because I've been through menopause, and I was waiting for all this stuff to happen, and I'm like, huh, none of these things are happening. I feel great. I didn't I didn't get the menopause belly. I wasn't angry. It wasn't this, it wasn't that. I had a couple hot flashes. I ate some walnuts, which actually eliminated. I had watched a video by Dr. Greger actually, and he was like, try walnuts, and I tried them, and I'm like, it worked, excellent. But like I had more energy. I I feel younger than ever. Again, like I ran this 50 trained and ran this 50K. It's been amazing. And I've been eating tofu, and like it's going out of style. Not really, but like I'm eating a lot of tofu. I'm eating all the nutrients, but I'm also making sure I'm getting all of these other nutrients from all these other foods. And not putting these dairy hormones that are not made for humans into my body. And I feel like that's like one of the number one things when women are going through menopause and are like, well, how did you? I'm like, you got to eliminate dairy first. Like that is number
Mhm.
one. And of course, exercise is important in the whole thing, as we know, and muscle
Mhm.
is 100% muscle, necessary to help fight off a lot of these things as well. But it was great. I was like, man, that was a breeze. Like, this is awesome. So I try to help women going through menopause, and I'm kind of focusing on that now. Where like, here, these are the things you should put into your diet, and these are the things you should be taking out. And it's really the opposite of what a lot of these women are doing. And I'm like, oh my gosh, they're so like I hear so many people complaining about so many things, and I'm like, yeah, I didn't have any of those things happen, but I look at how my whole lifestyle was, how I'm eating the plant-based, but not just plant-based with, like we're saying, like not like the junk vegan food. Like I am making sure I'm eating fruits and veggies and nuts and beans, and it's all going in, and I love all of it because it's fun to I like to come up with
Mhm.
different recipes or just even snacking on stuff like I just did. Um, but it's the number one thing is to get rid of the animal products, and it's going to make menopause, oh my God, so much better.
Yeah.
It's hard for a lot of people because, they're 40s and 50s and they're like, well, I haven't ever done that before. This is how I've been eating my whole life. I'm like, here's the difference. Like, what do you want to do? How do you want this to look? What's the framework for the rest of your life? Because we're over the hump and we're on the second half of our life when we're in our 50s. And I don't know, for me, like, I love this. I love the way I feel. I've got so much stuff planned. I'm hiking, I'm running, I'm doing all these things. And I feel like I think I'm in the best shape of my life mentally and
Yeah.
physically. But I attribute a lot of that, and most of it is to my lifestyle, how I'm eating, how I'm moving, and how I'm thinking. It's another thing
Mhm.
is, my mindset, of course, as we know. But yeah, so for people who are going into it, that's my advice is you got to get rid of all the animal products and you got to add in the tofu. Definitely. You want to add in as many different nutrients as you can. They're all important.
Mhm.
They all work as a
Yeah.
team to make you healthy.
And I would say that was one of the biggest things with even when we worked with a registered dietitian years ago. She had said this, Dr. Greger said it. Many people said when going through menopause, you should be focusing on having soy every day to help get rid of night sweats,
Yes,
omegas, your walnuts, B6, B12, which you can get from natural foods. You can go ahead and get it from nutritional yeast. You can get it
that's
from
right.
so many different sources
Yep.
um, that you don't have to be taking capsules for it. So that's something a lot of people do not, they're not aware of. And I get every single woman is different. I'm not going to discredit and say your situation's here, your
Of
situation's
course.
here, but there is a definite belief in you can heal your body. Like for me, yesterday I have Mondays are like 15-hour days for me. And I finished my day at 8:15. I had a headache. Cuz I'm on the computer a lot. Had a
Right.
really long day. I was like, I just need to increase my fruits, vegetables. Let's go ahead and have some healthy foods. I woke up today and I drank water, everything. I woke up today and I'm like, oh, I just needed a little bit of sleep. I'm fine. Like, it's like one of those things because I know I'm nurturing my body and healing my body. But a lot of people are like, the way I work out or the way I'm able to do a million things are like, how do you have the energy for it? And I'm like, I don't know. I just wake up with energy. I go to bed with energy. Like I just have
Right.
energy. And I get there's people with personalities because this was actually, I had a debate with a guy years ago who had said, like, he's like, I just am naturally energized all the time. He's like, I don't do sugar. Like, I don't have processed sugar or added sugar. He's like, I do, but he did whole foods, but he also ate meat. He had dairy. He had those things. And I'm like, you would feel even 10 times
I
more
know.
energized without those things.
Yeah.
But I do understand like sugar, like, yeah, you can minimize the added sugar, things of that nature. Um, and I think the other thing that people say is, oh, have everything in moderation. It's like, okay, well, what does moderation
Yeah. What does
actually
it
mean?
mean?
What does moderation mean? Because we could go from having, okay, 6 days a week you're eating fried food. So what is moderation? 4 times a week you're having fried food?
Yeah, that's
According to
right.
what
Like,
spectrum? Like, I
exactly.
think that's a whole nother thing as well. It's just like people are not some people want to stay where they're at, I've noticed, and not
Mm-hmm.
change. Like,
Yes.
I've met people who are so much more willing to go on drugs than like
Uh-huh.
actually have foods to lower their cholesterol. Oh, I'm pre-diabetic. What do I do? Well, you can do XYZ. Oh, I have to do that with my life. That's so hard. And I'm like, okay, fine. Or then go on the simple drug. I don't know what to
It's,
tell you. Like it's
I know.
you can only guide somebody. What is it?
You
Guide
can
the
lead a
horse to
horse
water,
to
but you
water,
can't
but
make
not
them
make
drink.
him
Yeah,
drink.
make
Yeah.
them drink.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
It is true. And there's people also, I've been dealing with people who are like, well, who have maybe teenage kids, and they're like, well, things like this can be expensive. I have to spend the money on my kids' soccer and this and that, and I don't have enough money to actually take care of myself. And my thought with that always is that's a big burden to put on your child. You just put that whole burden on your child. A couple of reasons. One is when you're not well later in your life, you're going to expect your kid to take care of you. And it's like, who wants to do that to their kid? Like, think ahead. Like, man, if I spend a little extra money on myself, take care of myself, hire a coach, eat the right way, start moving my body, figure this out, that actually is a gift to your kid. You're holding your money back on yourself to spend on your kid. The biggest gift you can give your kid is to take care of yourself. And
Mm-hmm.
you're also going to teach your kid, two things. One is spend money on your health and yourself. It's okay to invest in yourself, and you should be.
Mm-hmm.
And two is they're going to watch you. They watch, they learn, even though they may
Mm-hmm.
be a teenager and be like, I'm not doing that now. They will. And they're going to learn how to eat
Yeah.
healthy, move their body, have that mindset, and take care of themselves. It is such a huge gift to give to your kid is to take care of
Yeah.
yourself, not to spend all your money on the kid and give them everything they want. I get it, but stop
Yeah.
putting that burden on your child and make yourself healthy for them. It's,
Yeah.
it's a great concept.
I went to a plant-based conference years ago. This is a different one. I've been to a bunch because I love learning from the
Yeah.
doctors that
Yes.
are there. And I believe you should continue learning, continue your thoughts, like being challenged. I was the youngest person there. I was 28 at the time, or 27 or 28 at the time. And no one below 50 was there, age 50. It was people in their 60s, 70s, 80s there. We would do workout class together, all fit, and they've been plant-based for years, fit as heck, doing squats, doing like
Yeah.
handstands. There was this 80-year-old guy doing handstands and everything. And all of them, same thing, so energized. Their skin was glowing. They're like, yeah, I've been plant-based 20 years. I've been plant-based my whole life. I've
Mhm.
been plant-based past 5 years. And like, even just that to make it a difference, I think people just are under the belief of like, well, we were given this food, we should be eating this food, like this is what we should be doing. And it's like, we were given rivers on this earth, we weren't meant to pollute them. Like, we
Yeah.
were given certain blessings. And it's for me, I truly have felt the best in my entire life. And even like eating wise, Stacy, I know you don't track. I have tracked. I just enjoy it. Also, that's my brain. I can eat so much food
No,
and be fine. People are like, "How do you eat that much? How do
it's
you
great.
do that?" And I'm able to knock out pull-ups. Like, there was this guy at the gym, he came up to me, he's like, "That was just your 5th set of pull-ups." He's like, "Are you tired?" I'm like, "No, this is just the beginning. Like, I have a whole
Normal.
other program to do." I was like, "Yeah, this is fine." And he's like, "How do you have that much energy?" And I'm like, "Well, I live on plants." So, and I have a smoothie there with me, a fruit smoothie that I made. I have my shake here, I have my coconut water, I have my coffee. I have this like I walk around with a drink bag and it's like I, and I'm in New York. Again, Stacy's in Colorado. I'm in New York. So New York's very very different of the sense of like the toxic city culture.
Right.
We have the rush and the rush society, quick, instant, what's going to get us our food the fastest, what's going to get us here the fastest, whatever it is. And it's just for me, people see at the gym and they're just like, where is this girl's strength coming from? Like, what is this thing? And I love telling people like, I live on plants, but I've met people who are like, oh yeah, I did veganism for 7 years. I was vegan for 8 years. I was vegan for this. It just didn't work for me. It just didn't work for me. It didn't work for me. And my question is, I never, ever, ever put somebody down. I'm never going to say, oh, well, but I'm like, I wonder, like, did you have a coach through it? Because
Yeah,
sometimes
that's
you
the
need a
thing.
coach.
Right.
And that is what I did years ago when
Mhm.
I went plant-based.
That's right.
It was the best COVID. I felt the best in my entire life,
Yeah.
entire life. And I had followed a book. It was called like the Bodybuilder Vegan Cookbook. And I was like, ooh, what is this? Let me eat that. And it was like sweet potato, nachos, and so many delicious foods. And I really did. I had so much energy all the time. I felt like a superhero. And the more and more I did it, I was like, wow, I really want my physique to change because I'm very like puffy and stuff, and I don't know what else to do vegan. And I did meet with a dietitian. I paid like I drove up 2 hours to meet with apparently a top dietitian, and she wrote out a whole plan. She was vegan for 6 years. She's like, oh, it never worked for me. Like I felt no energy. I felt this. She wrote me a plan she put eggs, this stuff, and then I was like, why is there eggs? And she's like, oh, just cross it out and write tofu. And I was like, I just paid all this money for somebody
Hey,
who doesn't give two shits
that's right.
about this. Like,
Yes.
it was so
She just
upsetting to me to
popped
do
something
that.
out of
And
the
so,
computer. Yeah.
yeah, so I was like, okay, well, this is upsetting. I just paid all this money. I spent this money driving. And I was like, I do not want to be that kind of coach to any person. I'm
That's
not
right.
going to be that way. But that's when I had worked with Emma, and I still do. I still work with her. Just like we're like good friends though, but like she's still a coach in my corner.
Mhm.
And it's so nice. I had her help me do it correctly. So,
Right.
for people listening, if you're like, wow, I really want to do that, hire a coach. Hire a coach. You have Stacy here who specialized to work with people 40 and greater. She loves to work with people 40 and greater. I work with people 20s or greater. And for me, I it's invest in yourself, invest in your future.
Yes.
Like no person I've ever worked with, and I'm sure you have the same testament. No person I ever worked with said that was a waste of money. They were like,
Never.
this is the best
Yep.
investment. They were like, whatever it is, I'm going to spend the money and invest in the health
That's right.
that I need to for my future. And it's just boggles my mind that some people, I tell people like if they were vegan for years, I'm like, either you were not, I don't want to say disciplined enough, but you were around a different kind of culture that was pushing something on you, or you didn't have the correct guidance. And it's very hard to do it alone. It is very, very
It's
hard
very hard to do it
for
alone.
people to do it
Confusing.
alone. So that's why, I found a coach. I learned a lot, and I've learned everything I could possibly can so that anybody that comes to me, I'm well educated on it.
That's right.
So even
Yeah.
in my app, my app that I launched has a 4-week kickstart of how to get your plant-based journey started. It has resources, it has recipes, it has everything in it built for people to just like know how to eat more plants. So that was I wanted to add that in.
Yeah. It's such a good point that it's always confusing when people are like, oh, I don't know what to do. I'm so lost. I want to do this. So I'm like, well, okay, well, we can work together. Oh, I don't want to do that. Like, I'm thinking to myself, but this is going to set the foundation for the rest of your life. We work together like for a 6-week thing and then bye, or a
Yeah.
6-day thing. Like, this is a life changing, lifestyle changing journey together. Your coach is the one who holds you accountable and holds your hand and helps in every aspect of it.
Yeah.
So it to me, like, hiring a coach is priceless because
Mhm.
it's, again, like the biggest gift you can give to yourself, your family, your friends, everybody.
Mhm.
Um, so the mentality of saying, oh, I'm going to do it on my own, it may work 10% of the time. People can do it. I would say probably 90% of the people who
Yeah.
do that fail. And part of it, of course, we have the internet where, like, you search on the internet and
Toxic.
whew, I'm like, no wonder people don't know what the heck to do. Like, if I
Yeah.
looked at it, I'd be like, oh my gosh. And
Yeah,
I like,
nowadays, absolutely.
yeah, it's insane. And I think you're probably the same way. Like, we like to simplify it and make it easy for people and
Mhm.
enjoyable. Like, you're supposed to enjoy eating. Like, I love eating. You and I
Yeah.
both love eating. We've had meals together. We're like,
Yeah.
yes.
Yes. Oh my
um,
gosh. So excited over each of us ordering our own pizza. Like we were like, I'll order pizza, you order
I
pizza.
know, it's
And
like,
then we share.
sure.
And then we'll go get ice cream. And
That's
then we'll
right.
go get this. And then we'll go get
Exactly.
coffee. And then
Exactly.
this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but
Yeah.
it's people who become so, they restrict what they're eating. I don't know if they maybe go plant-based and they're like, all right, I'm just going to eat carrots. Like, that's not what it's about. Like, it's about
Mm-mm.
learning what you like, figuring it out, how it fits into your life. And that's the other thing. And you're the same way as I am. We don't have this cookie cutter program for our clients. Everybody is treated like an individual. It is that one-on-one experience that is priceless because it is about
Mm-hmm.
the person.
Yeah.
So hiring a coach is like, to me, it's non-negotiable. It's like
Yeah.
everybody should be doing this. And
And it's go
the
ahead. Go,
I was just
go.
gonna say, the coach is always on your side. Like, this is your
Yes.
partner. at that time.
Yes.
Like it's a partner who has your back and is your number one fan.
Yeah. I was going to say, even on a team, like my NBA player, he has, yes, there's a team dietitian. He has his own nutritionist. He has his own chef, his own personal trainer, his own athletic trainer. He has a whole team so he can succeed. Like we are team you. And so that, you had said, so but it's also miseducation. Like people are uneducation,
Yes.
misinformation. There we go. English. So I was going to say, one of my clients, she went vegetarian this year and she's like, I've never felt better. She's like, this is crazy. I've never felt better. And I'm like, watch you even feel more like you're going to feel even better by doing this. And so I was telling her about soy and she's like, Julia, you're the first person ever to tell me anything positive about soy. She's like, my doctor, she's like, when I was going through surgery, she's like, with IVF and stuff, her doctors told her to stay away from soy, told her to like avoid that. Like dairy was fine to do that. I'm like,
Jeez.
I'm
Yeah.
listening to, yeah. So I'm listening to this and I'm like, no. Let me educate you. So me and you are both coaches who educate. We're not just like, hey, here's your plan. It's like, hey, here's
Yeah.
why this is the program. Even training program. Like I had a
Mhm.
client who she has a QL issue and stuff like that. I'm like, this is why I'm programming what I'm programming for you.
Yes.
Your program, no one else is going to see this program.
That's right.
Like every single person has their own program, even with eating, because yes, people have allergies, people have things that they have to stay away from. But it's, and the thing is, I love helping people be introduced to more plant-based foods and learn the educational aspects because again, there's not enough information on it. And just
Right.
knowing that when you hire a coach, it's never like I've had one client who's been with me for 4 years and every single person, I'm not kidding, Stacy, I've had clients be plant-based tested out for like 3 months, 4 months. I'm like, please just try it. They end up going back to their old ways. They come back and they're like, the best time I've ever felt was when I
Mhm.
was plant-based.
Always.
Every single person
Always.
I've met had said the best I've ever felt was when I was plant-based. The
Yes.
people who have not felt well, who said it didn't work for my body, which also people have talked about the blood. Have you heard the blood type diet? You're
You're
type O, you're type A,
yeah.
you should be eating for your blood type. And that's a huge thing too of like we don't have enough research on
No.
first of all blood type diets for you to say
No.
that. So those are testimonials. That's not evidence based. And I've seen that I was going to say something else but I forgot. Oh, Dr. Greger had said, sorry, I'm bouncing around. He had said in his book, people love to hear good news about bad habits, about their bad
They
habits.
do. That's right.
Love to hear it, that they'll push it
Yes.
and be like, what? I can have my, my Coke, my 6 cans of soda a
Uh-huh.
day
Yes.
because it helps me. I can have my red wine every single day paired up with my steak. What? Like people love hearing about that. And I think that's something we have to debunk too is people just want to hear what they want to hear.
They do
We've
want to.
spoken,
It's
yeah.
right. Yeah, and it's
Yeah.
true. It's even like the carnivore diet. People are like, yes, this is great, and in the long run, it's going to kill them. Unfortunately, because
Mhm.
we don't even. There's not enough time to go into it. But they hear about it and they're like, "This is so great! I can eat all this stuff
Yeah.
that I love to eat. Great! It's going to be so healthy for me." Well, I mean,
Like a stick of butter. I watched a video. I almost gagged.
it's
I was like, "Ugh, you're eating a stick of butter? Like
I know
who
it's common sense tells you no to all of it. But you hear a couple of doctors or
yeah.
whatever experts saying, "Oh no, this is okay to do," and people are like, "Okay, that's it. Computer off. Going to go to the store right now and buy all this stuff, and that's how I'm going to eat now because that one thing I heard on YouTube
Mhm.
has to be right, and they said it's this, and that's great." And it's unfortunate. I've seen a few people go on it and I'm like, "Oof, I don't know. I feel for them because they're being misled, but they like to hear it. They were like, that's awesome. That's all I need to hear."
Yeah.
Um, and again, like common sense kind of tells you like, well, it's probably not good to eat a stick of butter. Like we
Yeah.
know this, but you hear that one expert say it's okay. And you're like, yes, I'm in. That's it.
And then you feel good about, but that's not just in the food. That's in religion. That's in people will pick apart the Bible. People will pick apart
Yes,
things that they
that's
hear,
right.
not just food, parenting styles, parenting tips. So people will go through, they'll be like, oh, parenting? I'm supposed to not talk to my kid and just let them cool down on my own? Done. I like that style. Like, everybody is, some people will pick and choose what they want to hear. For me, because I love research and I love evidence-based material, and honestly, plant-based was the one thing with the most science pointing in the direction of, you want longevity, you want to save your life, this is a diet, this is the lifestyle to go down. Like, if you want to
Exactly.
save your life and for longevity, choose this path. Don't wait until a diagnosis, because as we know, we used to work at a company where I I'd get clients who were like, "Hey, my doctor, I have stage 3 cancer. My doctor said I have to go plant-based. Help. I don't know how to." And
Yeah,
it's like,
right.
"Oh, you waited until your sentence to now change your health." And doctors, there are many smart doctors who know that, oh yeah, you do need to do that. And
Yes.
there's, yeah, so there's a lot of, and there's also, like, I've watched videos of people be like, well, cholesterol is actually needed for your brain, so you want to eat as much cholesterol as you can. I'm like, your body makes cholesterol,
Yeah,
first of all. Your body makes cholesterol.
that's
You don't
right.
need dietary cholesterol. The body will be able to make enough for your body that you need. And that's, and the more fiber you have, the more it's going to help push the dietary cholesterol out of your body. And what has fiber? Plants. So it all makes sense.
It
It's
all
like
makes sense.
basic, basic,
And
basic, basic.
even just like the raspberries I was just eating actually helps boost brain function. Like,
Mm-hmm.
so you have all these plant-based foods that actually do that, and at the same time it's stabilizing all your blood,
Blood sugar.
thank you, blood sugar.
Yeah.
I'm losing the word sugar. It's doing all these other things, and it's fighting cancer cells. It does all this stuff, and that's why I love, like, I actually made a chart, which I love because it has all of these different nutrients in it, on the chart, and it has the fats and carbs and proteins, but it has all the vitamins and minerals, and I list different foods under all, and I'm like, you see, if you eat this food, this plant-based food, you're getting these 6 other things, not just this one. So
Mm-hmm.
it's this whole, like, it's the whole package of, like, wow, if you eat plant-based, you're getting everything you need. Your body is also a well-run machine because
Mm-hmm.
you're eating these nutrients and it's going where it's supposed to, unlike where, like, we're not really supposed to be eating cow's milk because it's, well, it's weird, but it also is it's foreign for our body, so it
Yeah.
holds on to it, and it's like, what do we do with this? The same thing with meat. So we're also, they always say it, like, with vegans and plant-based people, like, yeah, we're well-oiled machines. We don't have these other stomach issues, as people put it, that
Yeah.
some of the meat eaters and dairy people, and dairy especially, like, I've had clients, they're like, I'm always bloated. I'm always bloated. I'm like, all right, let's cut dairy out for 2 weeks and see how you feel. And they're like, I'm not bloated. I'm not bloated. I'm not bloated anymore. I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, let's stick with it then. It is amazing how bloated and how you have a tummy just from
Yeah.
inflammation of dairy. Like, it's one of the simplest things I tell people. I'm like, as soon as you get rid of that, you're going to get rid of a lot, if not all of that belly that you're holding on to and can't get rid
Yeah.
of.
I think people just, it is fear.
Hmm.
People are nervous of change.
That's true.
They're nervous of doing it incorrectly,
Right.
and they're not informed. So it's not like anybody listening to this, it's never to shame at all. It's the education. I mean, you can tell Stacy and I are so passionate about what we're talking about. And we were both on the other side. Like, on the other side. I ate meat and chicken and steak and McDonald's and everything for like 24 years of my life. I ate that, right? I was living on
Right.
milk. I had a glass of milk every
Yeah.
day. I did all
There you go.
that.
Cheese.
So, and then I went plant-based, and overnight in 2019, it was like 2019 to 2020, and I was like, I was like, whoa, I feel different. My skin cleared up. It was crazy. My skin
Yeah,
cleared
it's the
up.
other thing.
My
That's right.
bloating, even everything. I mean, this might be TMI, but my period, my cycle was as normal. It regulated itself. I went off birth control because I was on birth control for a while. I went off birth control around the same time, and everything just regulated so normally that like it was just, it was miraculous. I was like, whoa, my body is like going through a cleanse and healing itself. And
That's
like,
right.
I don't do juice cleanses because I don't, I'm even juice cleanses, juices here and there, but like a juice cleanse is more just like you're putting, yeah, you get some nutrients, but where's the fiber? There's no fiber to help stabilize blood sugar. And then you just get your sugar levels are going to go so high because you're just having sugar without the fiber to help stabilize it. Nutrients are great. Juice is great, but have some food with it. Like
Yeah, have some
if you're
food. Yeah,
having a juice, have some food.
I love a juice.
Yeah.
I juice my
Yeah.
stuff, but that's not a
But you
meal.
don't
It's
need, yeah, I was going to say, but you're not doing that for 3 to 5
no,
days where some people
no,
are doing juice fast or
no.
juice cleanse, and you don't need to do that. You have it with healthy meals. If you're going to do any kind of cleanse, here's my tip. Do a whole food plant-based cleanse,
Mhm.
not a juice cleanse. If
That's
you want
right.
to have juices coinciding with it, sure. Have juices coinciding. I
Of
love
course.
myself a ginger celery juice. Totally fine.
Oh yeah.
But have it with food. Have it with
Right.
food, pair it up, because that's something that's really, it's going to make a difference in your health if really you want that cleanse. It's just, I think people are so quick to be like, well, I go out to eat, I have nothing to eat, I don't know what to do, I don't know how to go about this, I don't know, I'm going to be alone in this. And actually, I'll tell you this quick thing. One of my friends, her boyfriend went vegetarian, but when he's with his guy friends, they tease him and he gets very nervous and he orders meat because they call him, they're like, they say really mean things to him. And I'm like, they're like, oh, what, you're going to be a, whatever, the inappropriate word, and not order meat, not order steak. You're going to order
Yeah.
vegetarian things. And there's a lot of tease where for me, I'm like, if I hear a man ordering that,
Yeah.
I'm like,
I know. It's
marry
like
me.
woohoo.
Here's my
I know, right?
See, I'll have like Instagram crushes on some guys that are like eating plant-based and like caring about their health and working out. And
That's right.
I'm like, let's see if you're single.
Those are the most compassionate men, in my opinion. Like
I'm like, oh my
they're
gosh,
empathetic,
yes.
they're compassionate,
Yeah.
and I think they're the strongest ones because
Mm-hmm.
they stick with it and they know it's right and they know it's the right thing to do. And it's like, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I love that. I love that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, and like animals are awesome. I'm petting my dog here. It's like this is the most amazing creature in the world. Like who wants to bring harm to any animals? I don't know.
Yeah.
Any animals.
People don't, they don't differentiate I mean, they differentiate between dogs and pigs. Like they're much quicker to save a dog than they
Hmm.
would be, And I see people that like eat so much steak, eat that, they post and they're like, somebody please rescue this dog,
I
adopt this dog. I love
I know.
animals. I love this. And
No, you don't
I'm
love
like,
animals. You love
are
some
you
animals.
vegan? Like, let's have that. Cause I think that's the other thing too, is like people are like, I love, love, love animals. But then I'm like, you love them so much you eat them. That's it. That's what we're going
Like
at. But
I
again,
know.
no, I try. I've learned a lot more. I keep my mouth shut
Yeah.
because it's the energy. I'm like, do I really want to? I only want to expend energy on people who are willing to listen and willing to actually want to change. If somebody's gun ho about some sort of way of life, I let it be. I'm
Same.
not going to go try to convince, like,
No,
I am not
it's
in
not
that
gonna work.
headspace to do that. Like even as a Christian plant-based girl, I don't press either way. I do not go and say, you need to believe this. You need to
Nope.
believe this. You need to do this. I'm just like, let you watch me and learn from me, and
Right.
that's it. And a lot more people are being, as they say, woke to, oh my gosh, our foods have so much dye in it, our foods have this in it, our foods have this in it.
Mhm.
Like, how do we go with going for things that have a nutrition label instead of supplement label? And that's what I really believe in, is like, let's look for things with the nutrition label
That's right.
or go with whole foods. So yeah, there's so many things we could say about this. So
So
anyway, go
many
ahead.
things.
I just
It's changing a little. I mean, if you go in the grocery store, it's changed a lot. Like if you go in the grocery store, even the dairy section,
Has a
like
vegan.
the cow's milk is here, and then you have the plant-based
Milk.
milk, and it's just as big of a section. And it's like, this is great because it used to just be
Yeah.
like a little bottle of soy milk, and now it's
Yeah.
everything. Like you have the oat milk, and they're coming out with all these. There's even if you want chocolate milk, you can have it vegan.
Yeah.
You have some good stuff out there.
Yeah.
But
People, I think. Oh, go ahead. Go ahead.
no, I was just gonna say I've lost my train of thought.
Sorry.
Okay.
I was going to say, but you were talking about the milk. People get nervous. They're like, well, oat milk's going to raise my blood sugar. Or if I have oat milk, it has so much sugar in it. And I'm like, or the seed oils, it has so much seed oils, it has so much this. And I'm like, yeah, but what are we comparing it to? Are we comparing it to dairy milk? Because oat milk will always be the better choice if
Yes,
you're going
always.
compared against
Always.
that. And it's like, I think people get nervous about the raising the blood sugar. They're like, oh, if I have oat milk, it's oats. I'm like, well, you look at Oatly. I get the Oatly one that has 3 ingredients. It's salt, oats, and water. And it's processed, yes, because they crush up the oats and you're not sipping on the oats. But I'm like, salt and water. Where's the sugar coming from? Like, you
I
mean
know
like the little bit of carbs that it has, the little bit of carbs that,
which we
especially if you're
need.
working out, yes, especially if you're working out, it's not going to hinder you at all. So there's, I've made I've learned to like control my faces with, no, but with comments that are like insensitive. But for me, again, as mentioned, I'm not going to be judgmental towards anybody. I just want to educate and explain so people are aware and they learn. And that's like, I know you do the same. We both were on the same path of like, we want to just educate
Yes.
people as much as possible. And that's like, that's a big part of it, is like education is going to help anybody come to their own decision, right?
That's
As
right.
long as you're educated, you make your own decision. But
Yep.
like, if you choose to
Absolutely.
do that after you're educated, then it's a different story. That's on your own. That's on you. But our biggest thing is education. And again, most people I work with are not vegan. They're not. But I teach them how to include more plant-based foods so they can be healthier in the long run. Same with colon cancer being on the rise. It's like colon cancer, breast cancer on the rise.
Mm-hmm.
I'm
We
like,
know.
those,
Yeah.
though we know the culprit of both of them. Like, we have data, science
Yeah.
of what
It's
causes them
we
both.
know it. We know it. Yeah.
Yeah. It's very, it's a it's a tough world, I think, we live in, of, trying to educate, but I think it's been the best decision I've made of my life thus far. And I'm so passionate about it. I'm so passionate about helping other people be healthy,
And feel
live.
good.
That's where, yeah, and feel good. Like,
Feel
I
good.
don't
So
want
many
you
people feel terrible. I'm like,
exactly. Like, you're in your 50s. People in their 50s are like, oh, my back hurts, my this hurts, my this hurts.
nope. None of it.
You have a whole group of friends who are in their 50s who are plant-based, vegan. Nobody's in pain. People are running 10Ks, miles, and all that fun stuff.
That's right.
So,
Yeah.
yeah.
It's age is just a number, and as we age, we have a choice of how to take care of ourselves.
Mhm.
And again, like this goes back to people saying, "Oh my gosh, I don't know how do I get started?" You have two coaches here. Uh,
Mhm.
this is how you
Yeah.
get started, and
Yeah.
I'll say it as over and over again. It is priceless to have a coach hold your hand and help you through it and figure it out. It is again, like we said before, the biggest gift to yourself and the biggest gift to your kids, your family, your spouse, everybody.
Mhm. Yeah. And it's look at your whole life. Say, I'm just going to say 85 years old, right? People live till 85, 84, whatever. You hope to live much longer, but say that's it. You have a coach for, I've had a client for 4 years now. Say you have a coach for 4 years, even a year, 2 years out of your entire life to
Yes.
help you change your life.
Oh my gosh,
And
right?
an investment for 1 year, 2 year, 3 years for your entire, to help you restructure the rest of your life.
It's
How would you even say no to that? Like, I'm
I
like,
don't know.
this is your whole life. I am
That's right.
helping you change your lifestyle. you are learning these habits for life. Like, we're both
This is
teaching you
it.
these
Like,
habits for life.
that's right.
It's not, yeah, like even it's mind blowing to me. Like, that's why Emma, I have mentors. I have Emma. I'm like, Emma,
Right.
I've been working with for nearly 5 years. I think it's going to be 5 years in May that I've been working with Emma. And I'm like, I don't need her per se, but I love having a coach because there's always something I could learn from her. Always
Yes.
something I could take away. And that's like,
So true.
it's the truth. It's the
And
truth.
even just
So,
like
yeah.
talking to, like, when we talk, it's motivating for both of us because we're like, yeah, this, and this. And I'm like, Julia's not my coach, but I got off of that call and I feel like $1,000,000 and I'm so motivated to do this.
Yes.
And it's like,
Yeah.
guess what? If you have a coach,
Yes.
that's how it's always going.
It's exactly like that.
So
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah, it really is. It's like, I think it's easy for us because we're both so passionate about it too.
Yes.
Not everybody has that passion, but you're never ending up somewhere because of motivation, because motivation's like lotion. You got to keep reapplying. You're showing up because you know something needs to change. You're like, I'm not going to keep doing the same thing. That's like even people, oh, I'm eating so little calories. I'm struggling to lose weight. I'm like, so why do you think continuing to do that's going to work? Like,
Exactly.
doesn't make sense to me.
That's right.
But people do not want to. I've met a lot of people who do not want to invest in their health, and it's just like, that's a decision they make. And you know what? We're here when you want us. But
Yes.
Stacy's amazing. Of a coach, like she does online coaching. I do online coaching.
Yes.
And I think
Julia
she
is
does
amazing as
in-person,
well.
online. Yeah, we're both so passionate about helping
Yes.
people. Like,
We really
yes,
are.
we're very passionate about plant-based living and veganism, but we're equally as passionate about helping people. Like, that's really what the
It's the main
motivation
thing.
is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
So
right.
it's a good thing. But well, I appreciate us talking. This was
I
so
know. It's so
fun.
great.
I
Yes. Thank
know.
you.
We're gonna do it again.
Yeah.
Do it again. So
Yes.
well, this was great. So everybody, keep living your best life. Thank you so much for listening to the Best Life by You podcast with yours truly. I hope you go ahead and subscribe on YouTube, Spotify, and Apple Podcasts, and stay up to date with all the latest information. You can also follow me on Instagram at Julia_BestLifeByYou for more humor, podcast information, and all the above. I hope to see you soon, and let's continue to keep living your best life.